The following podcast is recommended for mature audiences only. The following podcast is recommended for adults only. Maturity is not a requirement.
This is Future Adam and Future Simon. Before we go into the episode, I just want to say there is a bit of a false alarm. We say we're going to start talking about Bloodstock at probably about the half an hour mark. We start talking about Bloodstock and then we just go off on other things for about another 15 minutes. So if you're here just to listen to the Bloodstock bits, it starts at probably around about 45-minute mark. So if you want to skip all of our random chats, which I advise you not to do because they're good.
Don't do it. They're good chats.
But very random in some places. So yeah, I just wanted to just let you know there is a false alarm that we do say, yeah, let's talk about Bloodstock. And then we talk about Bloodstock for about a minute. And that's it. Back to you, present, present, yeah, present Adam and present Simon.
Bye. Diddly, 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 diddly.
Hello and welcome to episode 29 of Dear Download, a podcast where we get to share our most intimate and treasured memories of Download Festival. We'll talk about each year, the bands we saw, the bands we missed, and everything else noteworthy that happened across the weekend. Also, we'll touch upon any news, other festivals, and the music industry past, present and future. This week, we are talking about Bloodstock Festival 2022 that just happened this weekend. Simon just come back from it. Speaking of Simon, here he is.
Hello. How are you, my good sir?
Very well, thank you.
Good.
You obviously said your voice is going to be going because you've just got back from Bloodstock.
I have indeed, yes. I have been scorched. I have been... I didn't burn, but yeah, Scotchio big time. As we know, it was really good, yeah. It was great, yeah. So the dust literally got to my throat. So you're going to be... Sorry, if you Ad will probably try and cut out all of the worst bits. I'll probably be fine, but my voice might go in and out a little bit because that dust, boy, whew, that was one dusty festival, man. Seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, so my voice might break in and out, but apart from that, yeah, man, let's do this.
Yeah, awesome. Well, yeah. Speaking of editing, just want to go over what happened last episode. So we actually released last episode a week late. I'm sure most of you would have figured it out as we were talking, but it might have sounded a bit weird when we were saying like Bloodstock's like 14 days away when it was only 3 or something like that. We were both super busy, so it's actually been 3 weeks since we last spoke. I was going to try and get it edited, but we went to Scotland for the week. Hang on, no, yeah. But yeah, just a little update. Normally we say, so how's your last couple of weeks been? But yeah, no, how has your last 3 weeks been?
Yeah.
Other than Bloodstock.
I got engaged.
Oh yes, I fucking forgot about that. Congratulations,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you very much.
On 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I hope you shouted it out in the street or wherever you were.
Yeah, finally.
If not, skip back 15 seconds and do it again.
Yeah, you must say it or you're not allowed to continue on this podcast. Yeah, finally did it.
Nice one, man.
She's got the ring. She went for the ring before I'd even asked her. You know, I think all she cared about was the ring. Yeah. Fair enough. It's a nice ring.
Do you want to elaborate on that? She went for the ring. Did she buy it herself or did she pick it out?
Basically, it's made by my stepdad. So my mum's husband in the States is a jeweler, and Vicky's very particular about what ring she wanted. So she sent him designs of rings she likes, and then he designed it. So it is like a one-off ring. You know, it's made from scratch by a member of the family. So it is a very nice ring. Yeah, it's a very nice ring. It's a very expensive ring as well, and I couldn't have afforded it. It was a present from my mum and my stepdad. So Yeah,
Oh, very
so
nice.
I'll like present from there because I definitely could not have been able to afford a ring that nice. I could tell you that straight away. But yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, so that was like last week. So she's happy now and she's shutting up and not going on about the ring all the time. So
Nice.
yeah, awesome.
Well, I'm pretty sure last episode it was we've bought a house, and this episode we're engaged.
Yeah, I know. Everything's moving pretty quickly.
What do we reckon next episode's going to be?
I don't know. Well, the house is getting closer to finishing, which is good. So yeah, hopefully we can move in mid to late October. So
that's soon.
Yeah, the house is
awesome.
Well, we got to go in it this time, but we had to wear hard hats and steel toe caps and all that stuff. But we got to walk in. They were just doing the dry lining, which is the plasterboard and stuff for anyone that doesn't know what dry lining means. But not long now. The house is gonna have all the electrics, sockets and stuff and switches and put in. They'll plaster it, then they'll put in all the sanitary ware, then they'll do the kitchen, then they'll paint and decorate, then they'll clean, then they'll do the garden, and then we can move in. So
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, a new build with a garden done.
I know.
Normally just left to shit.
To mud. Yeah.
There's so many fucking stones in ours.
Yeah.
Massive. It's like they didn't want to get rid of it because it probably cost some money to get rid of all like the hard. Is it hardcore?
Yeah, hardcore. Yeah, definitely.
So it's like, just put it all in the gardens. There we go.
It's true though. Yeah. So we're getting turf. So a lot of it will be cut out in the end because me and Carter are going to look at it and decide what he's a carpenter, my best mate. So we're going to decide what we want to do with the garden, how we're going to lay it out, where we're going to put the planters, and he's hopefully going to help me build it all and stuff. But that's a little bit down the line. So yeah, it'll just be turf for now. But then we'll make it a little bit more interesting down the line. But apart from that, literally, Bloodstock, nothing's really happened. I went camping. That was fun. With my friends.
I watched your vlog about that.
Yeah, friends and family. That was a really good laugh. But yeah, nothing much has happened. What about you, dude? How was Scotland?
It was really good. Really, it was so nice. Even just to drive up there. I think I said we took 2 days to drive up there. We stopped over in Glasgow because we went to the Isle of Skye. I'm not sure if did I say that?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So it was 6 hours to get to Glasgow, and then another 5 to 6 hours to get from Glasgow to the Isle of Skye because it was just tiny roads.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so beautiful. Like just views you don't get to see down here.
Yeah.
Just overwhelming. Just the size of everything. Like looking at, like you can see mountains all around you. You can see the peaks of the mountains. But they were fucking miles away. Like it was just mind blowing stuff. I guess if you live there, you get used to it. But yeah, just.
I was talking actually to my friend Laura, who I went to Bloodstock with, and we were talking about places in England that you would like, in England, in UK that you would like to go and see. Excuse me. And we were talking about how nice Wales is. Obviously, it's quite close to us here. And Wales is beautiful, but I've never been to Scotland. And just how amazing the landscape is and the vistas and the pictures that people take. It just looks insane, like mad.
Yeah, I tried getting some pictures of like the landscapes, but it was just on my phone. It didn't do it justice of how nice it all looks. Yeah, so nice. But yeah, I mean, it was my daughter's second birthday while we were there, so that was really nice. We took all the presents up with us.
Nice.
And yeah, she loved it. Like, she's getting to the age where she knows what's going on a bit more now. Can open them. It's like presents.
Yay!
Presents.
Gifts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
And then what else? He said so. We were basically traveling for 4 days, and we were up there only for 3 days. So we were traveling for longer than we were there. But it was nice. It was a nice few days. We came back to our sofa being infested with fleas.
No,
which sucked.
How the hell did that happen?
Well, I think Eddie had a few fleas on him a few weeks back now. And we got one of those flea collars because his had ran out. We didn't sort of realise it. They last for 8 to 9 months. So we got him a new collar, and that was about 2 weeks before he went to Jake, because he stayed at Jacob's house. So they must have just jumped ship off of him because of this collar that was going to kill them all.
Oh, I get
Jumped ship and then just nested in the sofa while we were away.
That sucks.
Yeah. Oh man, there was fucking hundreds of them. Like Kelly had hundreds of bites all around her sort of torso and legs. I didn't have very many.
Oh my God.
And obviously, I'm not delicious like she is.
Do you know what's weird? I normally find that for some reason, like, you know, like bugs, insects, and like stuff. I don't know why, but they always seem to bite women more than men. Maybe there must be something in like female blood that's just tastier than guys. Like they must just have something in their blood that's just really nice.
Yeah.
If you're with a woman, cut her open and have a taste.
You don't have to cut her open. Just wait.
No, don't do that. Oh,
oh, I can't believe I said that. Oh dear, I'm not even cutting that out.
Jesus,
either. Oh, fuck me,
Christ.
I'm sorry.
No, seriously though, kids, don't do that. But yeah, for some reason I do. I don't know why. I always find that they always get women always seem to get bit more by stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's just my experience. Anyway, they're tastier than the guys.
I didn't. No, I've not really recognised that at all before. So I basically left Kelly to deal with it. I ran out. Well, I didn't leave her to deal with it. She knew I was meant to be going to the gig that night that we got back. I kind of felt bad just leaving her in a house full of fleas, but I mean, I did run out and get a flea spray.
Oh, that's cool.
Said, yeah, I have this, and then I went to the gig.
See you later.
So yeah. So I said last episode I was going to go to it was Death by Kai's final gig, and I was just hoping that we didn't get caught in traffic on the way back. And I would have missed it, but we didn't. You know, we left nice and early. And it took us 12.5 hours to get to Glasgow on the way up.
What?
Because of all the traffic. But yeah, we did it in probably about 7, 8.
Wow.
On the way back. We stopped a couple of times, but yeah. So that was so good. The place was packed.
Good.
Like all people that have been coming to gigs, even from when I first started going to gigs. Who I haven't seen in years and years and years. You know, they've obviously grew up and got kids and just stopped going, and so it was really nice to see a lot of old familiar faces.
That's cool though. Well. Like all the people that were going to gigs back in the day, all the people that are going now, all decided to turn up, which is nice. Yeah,
talking to a few of them about the Three Crowns, which was the venue that I first started going to gigs in when I was 15. It's a legendary venue. If for people who are old enough to remember going.
Nice.
Yeah, very legendary. It was so good there.
What happened to it?
It got shut down and it's still closed down.
Oh, really? Still derelict?
What's that? 21 years ago.
Holy
I
shit.
think.
That's surprising.
Well, 21 years ago that I started going. It probably closed down a couple of years after that. So,
wow.
18, 19 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I walk past it every day on the way to work and I look at it and just remember, yeah.
No one's done anything with it. Wow, okay.
No. But I mean, I don't know. So, this is going off already. But I mean, I don't mind. This is cool. I like talking about this kind of stuff. I don't know if it was the same with you in London, but there's been quite a few different venues that we've had gigs here, and it sort of start and stop over sort of 3 or 4 years, and then it moves on to the next one, and I just got so many memories of different places. Let me have a quick count. There's probably like 5 or 6 different venues that we've had.
Really?
Here. Usually only one at a time, maybe 2, probably more than that, actually. 7 or 8 with 1 or 2 venues at a time. And it's just like, they just keep stopping us from having gigs there. And now it's just a Cobblestones because Graham runs it. He was the one who put a lot of the gigs on over the years. But yeah, like I deliver to one of them. One of them was the rugby club here. And I've got to deliver there sometimes, just walking up to it as well. With the similar thing I said to the Three Crowns, just a familiar like vibe going, I remember being drunk here many, many times.
Yeah, I think you had that everywhere. We had loads of places that done gigs in the early days and then they stopped. Then someone else took up. But you had the ones that always put gigs on, like constantly. But yeah, you did have ones jumping in and out and you were like, oh yeah, they done gigs for like 3 years and then they just didn't do gigs anymore.
Yeah, it's strange. Because you always had the same, like, certain faces were at each one as well. So, like, there's a few people who I remember specifically from the rugby club gigs, and certain bands as well. You know, the emo phase that we had at the rugby club, and just after that as well, where I think there's something we haven't spoken about. Where I'm pretty sure bands were choosing a name specifically for how it sounded when it was abbreviated or how it looked.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Without a shadow of a doubt. People pick band names for all sorts of weird reasons. And now it's like, you read them out and you're like, okay, that's awesome. They're either really good now or bad. There's very little like mediocre band names now. It's like, oh, that's sick. Why did I never think of that? Or it's like, that's not a good band name.
Yeah.
but maybe that's just me. But yeah, good. I'm glad that you had a good time at their last gig and it went well and everything.
Yeah, it was good. Oh, I think I broke a rib. I didn't. It was painful for about a week and a half. But I don't. It would have been longer than that if I'd broken it. But I felt it go in the pit. And I was like, I should not be in this pit. And then a friend of mine, I tried leaving, and a friend of mine just grabbed me. He was like, no, you're not going anywhere.
I was going to say, what on earth were you doing in the pit?
Well, it was their last gig.
Okay,
I was just,
you felt like you had to
drunk
go for it.
I was an idiot. But yeah, my friend grabbed me. Like, he was holding his own and me up, and it was incredible. Oh, and then I saw him in work on Monday, and he could barely walk. He'd fucked his back up. But he was holding his own at the time. He's strong. And you think he said he has to do it for his girlfriend all the time, and it's like, how are you doing this?
Yeah,
I'm weak. I am so weak.
Some people just have good stamina when it comes to that sort of thing, man. That's what it's all about. That's what you need in a pit. You need stamina because you're doing the same thing like repeatedly over and over again. If you don't have good stamina, you're going to last like 5 minutes in the pit and then you're done. That's it.
Yeah. But the one last thing I was going to say is I'm still on my Iron Maiden binge. Like I said 3 weeks ago, the last episode as well. I've listened to a few other bands. Vended, I quite enjoy, and I know they played at Bloodstock, so we'll speak about them in a little bit if you saw them. But yeah, no, pretty much just Iron Maiden is all I've been listening to. Still.
Maiden.
So there's nothing new. When we get to news, I won't be able to come out with any new albums
because just listening to Maiden all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say about Maiden. Is there any like phase of Maiden that you're in, or is it just a best of everything, or is there like an album that you've been listening to a lot, or?
No, yeah, everything since Virtual 11.
Oh, okay.
Because I just love it. Yeah, just some cool song. Oh, well, yeah, everything since then.
Okay.
The Nomad from Brave New World.
Yeah.
I just completely completely going off, but yeah, I found the Nomad was probably my favorite song on that album for a while, and now I get so bored of it really quickly.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't do that with Maiden songs very often.
Yeah, you seem to be able to listen to Maiden longer than any fucking one else on the planet.
Yeah, but things like Future Ill, if you forget how good Future Ill and Klansman are, and there's so many good ones. Just constantly listening to Iron Maiden.
Have you got a good Iron Maiden playlist?
Oh yeah, so I made one for that specifically that reason. There's probably some I should put in there. The only one I've got from the Book of Souls is the last one that's 18 minutes long, but I can't remember what it's called right now.
Do you mean the Book of Shite? That's what you mean.
Yeah, no, I wasn't that keen on it, but oh my god, that's going to really annoy me.
The Book of Boring, Book of Bland.
Yeah, absolutely that.
The Book of the worst Iron Maiden gig that I've seen.
Is that? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. 2016 one, I told you. Yeah, where they played all that stuff from Book of Souls, and I wanted to end my life.
I feel like I'll go back to Book of Souls and I'll really enjoy it after a while because I've been thinking like there probably was a time at the beginning of A Matter of Life and Death, because that was a bit different to everything else they'd done.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
There was a time where I probably didn't like that very much, but I persevered.
Yeah, that's in my
Book of Souls.
That's in my bottom ones.
It's so good. Oh man, so good.
That's in my bottom ones. That one.
But that is a lot of people's favorite Iron Maiden album.
Really?
Yeah, I've noticed on Facebook, Facebook pages, or not specifically Iron Maiden ones, but like things like the download page. People have been asking things like, what's your favorite Iron Maiden album? And I was surprised to see that is in like people's top album or top two. Maybe they couldn't decide, and so they put the top two in, and that was one of them. And I couldn't believe it.
Holy shit! Fuck man, it's not in mine. Anyway, if you want to hear what our top 10 Iron Maiden albums are, we did an entire episode about it. So if you go back to whatever the episode is, because I can't bother to find it right now. Episode 7. You can hear our top 10 Iron Maiden albums each and why. Go back and have a listen if you're a Maiden fan and you haven't. It's a good episode, that one. It's good fun, that one, that was.
It's almost a year old now as well, actually, that one.
Is it?
Because Senjutsu came out the 3rd of September. Oh, shit. And we released that like a week or two after.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
yeah, tired. Oh. Partying too hard at Bloodstock. Well, let's stop talking about
Can I just mention quickly as well, I'm wearing my brand new 2000 Trees t-shirt.
You have to stand up. I can't see it very well. Ah, that was very cool.
My 2000 Trees t-shirt that took since Trees to now to arrive.
Really?
Yeah, because apparently they ran out of them, so they had to do a load of reprinting. And I messaged him. I was like, it's been like a month. Where's my t-shirt? And he was like, oh, it's going to come next week. It's just that we run out of shirts at the actual merch stands, and then we had to do a load of reprinting to get the ones out to the people that wanted them. So it didn't say that when I ordered it, but yeah. So say hello to the 5-week t-shirt. But yeah,
hello 5-week t-shirt. But I was going to say it's good that they reprinted them. I don't think Download does that. Once they're gone, they're gone.
Let's not talk about Download merch because I don't want to know, mate.
Oh shit! Yeah,
I don't want to know. I don't want to fucking know. I've had enough of that.
Well, let's talk about any news if you've got any. If you haven't, we'll go straight.
I'm pretty sure I went through everything that I've been listening to last episode. Maybe. I honestly can't remember. Just give me 2 seconds to check on my Google Drive because I wrote them down. So
one big, massive news is Rage Against the Machine pulling out of their UK, is it the whole European tour, isn't it? And obviously had to put out of their headlining slot at Reading and Leeds, and they were replaced with the 1985, was it?
75.
1975, I've never heard of them. There was massive uproar, wasn't there?
Big time.
But I've heard, I've not heard, I've read, so if you are in a position where you want to get a refund because of that, you can actually get them. I think they issued a thing to like one person to start with, saying like it's just a one-off. It might be more than one, but he shared his email, and I've seen a post about it since online saying that you can get refunds now if you want them.
Good.
For having a day ticket. I think it's only day tickets, which makes sense.
Yeah, there's still some other good bands playing the entire weekend, but it would suck. I mean, yeah, that would suck. If you went for the day and you specifically went for Rage Against the Machine, that would be... Yeah. I mean, the 1975 are nothing like Rage Against the Machine at all. It's complete. It's a complete... Obviously, they're just a big band that could fill the space at the time, so fair play to them. But if you're a Rage Against the Machine fan, you're not going to want to see the 1975 to get your rage fix anyway. Yeah. so yeah. But that's disappointing, that is. That would suck. I hope something like that doesn't happen. Like, ever since COVID happened, these things seem to be happening a lot more now. Where bands just cancelling stuff or moving stuff, or I had tickets to see Limp Bizkit in September, and they cancelled now.
Has that been cancelled?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was cancelled. So I had tickets to see them at Brixton, which I was buzzing about, and Vicky was buzzing because Vicky's never seen him before, and I was like, oh, they're so good. I can't wait for her to see him. But apparently Fred Durst is sick or something. I don't know. People saying he might have cancer or something. I don't know. It was something bad, obviously, because they cancelled it like last month, and it's not till September, so it must be pretty bad. But yeah, so that's going to get rescheduled, I think, till next year. But yeah, so I don't know. It just seems to be happening a lot.
It does, yeah. Saliva did it. Bastards. Haven't forgiven them yet.
Oh, no.
They haven't. It was meant to be in February. They should have rescheduled by now, because they said it was going to be in 2023. I should know. They should have told me personally.
Why have they not emailed you personally and then called you, sent you a text message, sent you a Twitter inbox, tagged you in a post in Instagram, and sent you a private message on Facebook? Disgraceful.
Yeah. Well, I've emailed them a couple of times, actually, or sent them a message asking why there's like 2 specific albums of theirs just not available on Spotify. They appear, but you can't listen to them.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that with a few. It's like greyed out, so you can't actually play them. Yeah, really weird.
Yeah, I had to go to my attic to get the actual CDs down to be able to listen to them. The bastards.
I like that. You had to go old school.
Yeah.
You needed his saliva fix. Guy had to go old school. You get me?
Yeah, and I only can listen to them in the car as well. I haven't got any other CD players. And I can't just sit on the drive listening to them because it will kill the battery. So I've got to drive, and fuel's expensive.
Oh, to just listen to a fucking Saliva album as well. I love
it. Yeah. Right. Did you check? Did you check what you?
Yeah, I have no news, nothing major anyway, okay. And Bloodstock's the only thing on the agenda today, I think. Yeah,
cool. Well, I mean, we've spoken for quite a bit anyway. So, let's. Should we bring Ronnie straight in then? Zero news.
Zero news. Ronnie, roll on in.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Cheers, Ron.
Wow, Bloodstock. It was a while ago. You said you would not believe your luck if you were to get 3 festivals all with decent weather this year.
Mm-hmm.
And you got that.
Literally, and they kept getting better. Like Download, it was like 24, 25. Really nice, hot.
Yeah.
Because you're in there, you feel it more at Download because you're in the arena the whole time and you don't really go to any shade. So 24, 25. Then we go to Trees. It's 27, 28. Hot, lovely. And then we go to fucking Bloodstock and it's like 34, 32,
Did you get
34.
34 up there?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Like it was like you had to go back to the tent and sit down. That's how hot. This is the festival I've done the most sort of like lying down at. Like we would see bands. I don't know how people stayed in the arena the whole time. It was so hot. See bands that we want to see. If bands on that we aren't want to see, normally I would go and see other bands. I physically couldn't. Like you were being hit with this constantly. So we'd just go back to the tents, grab a few drinks. I would literally lie down for like half an hour, get your like strength back, have a cup, drink loads of water. I have never drunk so much water at a festival before.
Yeah,
I must have drunk bottles of water like that. I must have drunk, I don't know, 30 easily.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. That many that you literally had to. The water point was constantly being used, which was good. It was awesome. They provided loads of water points. But yeah, I drank a lot. Like every time I drank like 2 or 3 beers, I drink a whole litre of water.
Yeah, good. It's a good job I didn't go because I wouldn't trust myself to be responsible like that after a few beers. I would just gone, fuck it, let's get drunk. I don't care about water. And I would have passed out somewhere.
No, I think everyone was encouraging everyone to drink water. So I think you probably would have. I would have encouraged you to drink water. Everyone was just saying like, drink. Here's this, got water. And then everyone was like, who's got water? I've got like literally everyone was just walking around with these like plastic water bottles. Your own bottles, filling them up, and they were letting you take water into the. They don't usually let you take drinks into the arena, but they were like smelling them and just saying if that's water, you can take it in basically. Because that's how hot it was. Like, you can't deny people having water.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally. So, you were right. I can't believe it. Like, I don't think this is going to happen again. Or is this just, like, on normal summers now because of global warming where it's just going to be fucking hot the whole time? But 3 British festivals in a row and all fucking amazing weather. That's never happened to me in my years of going to festivals where all 3 have been really nice. You either get one really bad and one really good, or both really bad. So, yeah, incredible.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be the norm now. It seems to have just flicked like a switch to be like ridiculously hot.
Did it piss down at yours yesterday?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did here as well.
Yeah,
fucking pissed.
I was out on a bike as well. Oh, why do I do that? I was out on a bike. I'm out on a bike 3 times this week.
Ooh,
instead of being in a van, actually.
Nice.
So I actually get to listen to podcasts again.
Wicked.
And I caught up with the Ready to Mosh cast yesterday with Kev P from our VIP episode, RIP episode. And I managed to catch up. I listened to their 2 download review episodes finally. And if you're still listening, Kev, thank you for the shout outs. He said that he met up with me on a Saturday and we had a chat. In both episodes, actually, which was cool.
Nice.
So, apologies it's taken me this long to listen to it. But yeah, thank you, mate. Sorry, I was meant to do that at the beginning, and I forgot. He got to me.
It's all right.
How did we get to that? I can't fucking remember.
We were just talking about weather.
On a bike. Oh, pissed down.
And then
we
were talking about
yeah.
It did piss down, didn't it? Did you get soaked?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Thought so. Do you know what I had yet? Do you know what I had? Sorry, this is completely going off topic, but hey, do you know what I had yesterday that I hadn't had in ages? I had fish and chips.
Did you?
It was great. Massive big bit of cod and loads of. What do you get when you go to the chippy?
Fish and chips. Yeah.
You're a fish and chips kind of guy.
Yeah.
Because some people get like Vicky. She doesn't like that many chips, so if I get a large chips, she'll just have some of mine, and she normally gets a chicken and mushroom pie and a Savoy. And then she has some chips as well. I mean, you get anything you get from the chippies, great, but that's normally like her little thing. Or our chippy does really, really good spring rolls.
Yeah.
Nice. Like banging spring rolls. Yeah. So normally we get one of those as well, and I have a couple of bites of it. But yeah, sorry, I just had a really good bit of cod and a really good fish and chips yesterday. I had to mention it because it was raining when we went to get them, so it does flow in within it.
Cool. Yeah, we can't afford takeout anymore. We used to get it like every Saturday. Can't even afford it once a month now. Really,
dude. I'm gonna be in that boat in a couple of months. We're trying to eat. We're trying to get everything we can in now because we ain't gonna be able to do this once those mortgage payments start coming out. So
yeah. No, I said to Kelly a while ago. Actually, like we haven't had a curry for ages. We used to get a curry every other week, and I was like, right, I got a bit of extra money. I'm going to treat us to curry, and then that's it. No more takeout for a while.
At least you must really, really enjoy when you get a takeaway.
Yeah.
Like proper enjoy it. Because we get a takeaway like once a week, I'd say, as like a treat, like on a weekend or whatever.
Yeah.
So once a week for us, that will go down to probably once every 2 weeks before we have kids. And then after we have kids, it will go down to once a month. So
yeah.
I feel you. I'm going to feel your pain at some point.
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh, well.
And on that note, I might do the Patreon. So finally sort the Patreon. No, I won't. No, I will eventually. But no, I'm not.
Let's do it, man. Let's start getting some money out of these fools that keep listening to us.
But no, I've been meaning to message you actually and say that I'd never actually finished setting it up. I didn't secretly finish setting it up, and I'm taking all this money. I'll send you a screenshot with it. I'll show you that it's not set up.
Don't lie, you're on there. Yeah, thanks for the money, guys. Cheers, get some Patreon, give me all your money.
Add in an outro at the end.
And you're lying, you're buying a fucking takeaway every day, aren't you, with the Patreon money?
10 minutes of thank yous for names. No, I was planning on doing that, actually, sending it to you, saying that, look, well, I didn't do it. Same as I never released the part 2 of our download review onto the YouTube that I said I'd do. I've been terrible recently, just no time.
That's right, man. We're playing catch up at the moment. Oh, there is one more bit of news I forgot to say. Sorry.
Okay.
Just get back a bit. I got a new phone for the first time in a long time. So some people are going to find this horrible when I say this, but I've still got an iPhone 7.
Right.
Which is from 2016.
Right.
Which in the phone world is fucking ancient. Yeah. And today I just upgraded to an iPhone 11.
Nice.
So even this is like iPhone 11 came out in 2019. So it's a brand new phone, but it's 2019 design, but I finally moved from my iPhone 7, which I've been using since 2017, which is so I'm excited because I'm like a kid in a candy shop.
I think we
all this stuff. Sorry. And Vicky was showing me all this stuff on it, and she's like, "You're like a granddad." I'm like, how do I get the brightness bit to go? Because on the iPhone 7 it's got a button, but on this one it's buttonless. So she's like, "Oh, you've got to swipe down here. You've got to swipe down there." I'm like, "How do I get settings here? How do I get settings on?" And she's like, "Oh my god." She's like, "Literally, you are like a fucking granddad." I'm like, "I haven't had a new phone in like 6 years. It's been a long time that I've just had the same phone." So at the moment, I'm literally just trying to learn, like a proper granddad, how to use my new iPhone.
I think we're a match made in heaven because I got a new phone back in February. Before that, I was using the Samsung Galaxy S7.
Oh,
I
shit,
don't know when it was released.
Dude,
so,
that's from exactly 2013 or something, man. S7. Holy shit.
I think I had it for about 6 years.
Yeah.
Before getting a new one.
I had the S7.
And it still worked.
I loved that phone.
At the end.
I loved that phone. That phone was amazing. Loved it. That was one of my favourite phones. That's the last Samsung I had.
Oh, you loved it that much?
That's the last Samsung I had, though, before I got... Do you know why?
Go on.
Because I was always a Samsung guy, and Adam, my brother, if you're listening to this, I've got to speak about him as well, because he asked me to say something on the podcast.
Okay.
Right. He's a strong advocate of Samsung, right?
Right.
And actually, do you know what? We should do a poll on the Facebook and to see how many iPhone users and how many Samsung users we got. I think that would be interesting. But anyway, but yeah, he's like a strong advocate of Samsung, and so was I for years. And then work gave me an iPhone, so now I've got 3 phones because I've got my work phone, my personal phone, and then my new personal phone. So I'm like a pure drug dealer, but I got so used to using the iPhone on the work one, I finally went with... So that's why I went away from Samsung. I was kind of forced to do it. And now I'm so used to iPhone now. Whenever I use someone else's Samsung, I'm like, this doesn't feel right. You get so used to like an operating system. It's like switching between, Windows and Mac. It's like 2 different worlds, really. I know you'll get used to it in the end, but you don't want to change.
Very big Mac fanboy back when I was in uni. I never thought I'd go with the Windows ever again, but I haven't got a Mac at all anymore.
Yeah, Mac. I would love to have a Mac, but I don't have that much fucking money, so I can't afford. Like, you can get a really good Windows PC for not that much money, and I know that when you pay for Apple, you for the Macs, you pay a good amount. It's going to work fast. It's not going to get any viruses. It's going to last you for ages. But I just can't. I can't spend £4,000 on a fucking laptop. I can't afford that. So yeah, it's sad. I've always wanted a Mac. One day, you never know. Yeah.
Well, I had a MacBook Pro. My parents bought it for me for uni. Nice. I used it for World of Warcraft because I didn't have Pro Tools. Like, you needed Pro Tools, and I didn't have Pro Tools. So I was like, I can't. This is pointless. I can't use you for uni. But that was amazing. The graphics chip melted basically, which was a common problem. I got it back to them a week after the deadline, and I smoked around it in my uni room, so they didn't want to touch it.
Dude!
So it was recalled properly, and I got an iMac. I bought it with my own money. Actually, it was about $1,500. But both of them were amazing. I used the iMac for a good 10 years.
Nice.
Maybe not 10 years, about 8 years, and it was still as quick as the day I bought it.
That's what I've heard, because Windows PCs get slow as fuck by the end. And then you really have... That's what happened with my last one. This one now is awesome, but my last one was... at the end, it just didn't want to do anything. And what I've heard about Macs is the lifespan is really good. Like, they last ages. And the only reason you have to get them is because you want the new software, but you could, for argument's sake, carry on using the Mac for quite a long time. So I can see why people love them so much. I just wish I could afford one, but you never know. Maybe in the future I'll get one. Sorry, but anyway, I was going to say about my brother, because he said, "Oh man, when am I going to come on the podcast?" Because he wants, he's been to
awesome.
He's been to almost as many downloads as I have. So we should get him on and have just a general sort of chit chat about download. Because he's got some good insights. I said to him, "Why don't you come on for the Download 2006 one?" Because that was his first download. And he said to me, thinking. He's like, "Dude, I don't remember anything about that download." He's like, "There's no point in me having on for that because I won't remember anything." So I was like, "Okay, we'll get you on for like a general chit chat episode."
We'll do maybe do like a Christmas special again.
Oh yeah, we could have him on for the Christmas one. That's a good idea.
I've had some ideas for that. We're not even talking about Bloodstock.
We'll talk about it in a minute. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I got ideas, but the name that lyric quiz, or name the next lyric.
Okay.
And I'll be the quiz master or something for a Christmas special.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't know why, but I had a lyric in my head and I was like saying it normally instead of singing it, and I was like, that would be so hard to get the that's from that song, and it was like a massive Linkin Park song, I think it was.
Ah.
So I thought maybe do something like that for the Christmas special, just say the words instead of singing it.
Nice. Yeah, man. Wicked. We'll do that.
Awesome.
I'll let him know.
Yeah, well, if we don't do that, we'll definitely have you on for something.
Yeah, if you're listening, Ad. I know he was listening because last time I called him yesterday and he said he was listening to the 2000 Trees episode. So he'd probably be caught up, not long after this. So yeah, if you're listening, Ad, we will have you on at some point.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that because I love your brother.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
So, yeah.
He's too tall and tall people aren't to be trusted. if you're over 6'1", you're not to be trusted. But hey, 6'4" is too tall. That's too tall.
What you said about doing a poll a minute ago, and there's something I need to talk about. Actually, we're still doing. It took me a little while longer to get around to do it than I said, but we're still doing the ultimate lineup for Download Festival as well. I've started doing them on our Discord, and we're on the third set of votes. So we're doing the Saturday headliners at the moment, and I've drawn up the whole, like, the bracket and everything, who's against who. And so far we've had Black Sabbath versus Slipknot, and Slipknot won that one. The Offspring versus Biffy Clyro, and Biffy Clyro won that one.
Nice.
I shouldn't be surprised, to be fair, but I was a little bit. And one that I put up only about 3 hours ago is so this is why I reckon this one's going to be interesting, is Metallica versus Guns N' Roses.
That's a good matchup.
There's one. So I did the brackets just completely randomly. We've got Iron Maiden versus Linkin Park at some point. I have no idea which way that's going to go. So yeah, if you want to join in, come and join our Discord. I'll put a link in the episode description. At the moment, there's only about five or six of us voting on them. So yeah, we need more people anyway. And we're just going to have a great time over here. We're just going to chat about music. I'll put some more channels for memes or text channel. Yeah, I'll put some more text channels in there. I don't know, for memes, next year's lineup predictions, just general chatting about music.
I've got a ton of good memes as well. Get that meme channel going. I'm going to throw in some of those memes.
Awesome. But yeah, I almost forgot about that. So yeah, just wanted to get that in here before we get going.
Before we get going again, can I take my shorts off and just get into my boxers?
Yeah.
Just really quickly. Because my genitalia is very hot.
Okay.
Not in a sexy way. I mean temperature-wise.
No, I've just been coming home and just sticking my board shorts on.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all I've been wearing. But there's only one fucking pocket in board shorts. This is so annoying. I just want to go to the shops and I don't want to put proper clothes on. But I just got to fit everything in this one pocket.
Oh, that's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Right,
before we keep going, we should probably do a false alarm thing, and I'll put it back in the episode. I'll put it like right at the beginning or something. Yeah, so I'll probably put the Ronnie bit in here. We said it earlier. I'm probably just going to leave that blank, leave the pause, and then we'll do it here. Ronnie, can you bring us in to talk about Bloodstock for the first time, for the last time, for the first time?
Ronnie, we're doing Bloodstock, mate. Come on.
Sing for me, devil!
Yeah, we've spoken about the weather. It's in Derby, isn't it? Is it about the same distance drive?
On the way back, maybe we went a weird way, but on the way back, I saw it was about half an hour, and then we stopped off at Tamworth, and Tamworth is about 10 minutes from Download.
Okay.
So in my head, it's about 20 minutes further than Download, but that might be wrong in just the way that we went, because we have to go like round Birmingham and all that fucking way. So yeah, it's about the same, but yeah, it's that Catton Park, so they're not far from each other. I will get to that in a second when I get to the Saturday. I'll elaborate on how you can. Don't worry. There's a little bit I've got.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm in the Bloodstock group on Facebook. I've seen a few different things, but I don't really want to be asking very specific questions at this point. because I'll probably just get lost in myself and forget other things. So I want to try and start from the beginning. I'm thinking about download and what happened at the Thursday, and try and ask questions in order. What was the parking? What was the parking like, and what was the walk in like? Is it much closer than download as well?
So it was a bit different this year because I went with Shane and Laura. Now I went with Shane last year and he drove, so it was my turn to drive. Right, okay. But Laura, who's his wife, didn't finish work until midday.
Right.
So we didn't get there till 2:30 on the Thursday. So that is by far the latest I've ever turned up to a festival.
Yeah.
So it was weird anyway because, we're always there quite early before even the gates are open. When we turned up, there was a giant queue. It was the longest I've waited in a queue for a festival for a long time.
Yeah.
For a long time. We were in the queue for about an hour.
Yeah.
And it was so hot. Like, so hot. So hot that I took my bag off my back because I was sweating so much, tied my bag to my trolley, which was already full of stuff, and literally just started crushing beers. Yeah. Because I needed some lubrication. So I'd drunk 3 beers before we'd even got to the fucking entrance of Bloodstock. Yeah, so Thursday was the day I was definitely the most drunk. But yeah, it took ages to get there. I don't know why. They were just being really fucking slow. The wristbands were nice, though. They were shiny purple wristbands, which was really cool. Last year they were white, which I thought was really weird for Bloodstock. You never expect them to have white wristbands. When you think of Bloodstock, you think of black. But I think that's because it was like the anniversary last year. But yeah, so it took ages to get in, which was a massive ball ache. We went into Midgard camp. The walk isn't that bad. It was only bad because it was so hot. If it wasn't a scorcher, it really wouldn't have been that much of a bad walk. I mean, they're always bad because you're carrying loads of shit, but they could always be worse. So yeah, I'd say from the car, if you take out the waiting in line, I'd say just a straight walk from the car to where we camped was probably about 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Which isn't
bad.
Which isn't bad for a festival. Yeah, it's actually quite good. So we stayed in Midgard, which is like the main first bit campsite. That's where we stayed last year. I feel like that's where the party is, even though quite the other campsites seemed a bit rowdy. I feel like Midgard reminds me of what old Blue Camp used to be, which was the reason we stayed in Blue Camp at Download was because it was normally the most mental campsite, and that's the campsite we wanted to be in, where the party was happening. So yeah, I feel like Midgard is a good place. I'm definitely going to try and get in there next year. But obviously because we turned up so late, when we turned up there was no fucking space.
Yeah, okay.
There was just like no space at all. So we were supposed to camp with the people that we were going with, and they were supposed to save us a space. But by the time we got there, I mean, I don't know if you've ever tried to save space for anyone at Download. It can get difficult when it's really busy because people want places to put their... So we were supposed to stay right next to our friends that were already there, but they just couldn't save us the space. So we got there, and me and Shane were like, we've got 2 pretty big tents, and there's no fucking space anywhere.
Yeah.
And we want to camp as near to our friends as possible. So we found one space that just, and I mean just, fit our 2 tents in it. Like, our tents were right next to each other. It was the smallest bit of space at the front of my tent that I've ever had at a festival. That's how busy this campsite was. That's what happens when you get to a festival at 2:30. And I've never had to do that before. I've always set it up when there's like loads of space, no one's around you, and then it fills up. I've never had it like this where I've had to actually really try and fit it into a space. Like people's guide ropes were underneath my tent.
Oh, bloody hell.
That's how tight our tents were in this place. So we just about had enough room. But yeah, once we were set up, it was grand. It was grand. It was just fucking boiling hot, man. Oh my God. Dying in the queue, dying when we got there. Just mad. But but the walk and everything else, apart from waiting in the queue for an hour, it was really good. But yeah, really hot. Luckily my tent goes up. I got the Freedom Trail Sendero 4. And it's
You haven't said that enough, yeah.
Yeah, I know, I haven't said it enough. It's an absolute piece of piss to put up. You can literally put it up by yourself, even though it's quite a big tent. You can put it up in no time. So I just whacked it up, and then we cracked on the beers, man.
So they have bands on from the Thursday, don't they?
Yeah. So as soon as you get, well, I mean, it was it was quite weird because last year it was 5 days because they done the extra day to sort of say sorry about 2020. So this year it was 4 days. Yeah. So obviously the Thursday, but the Thursday they had bands on. Not that I watched any of them because I was.
I so got to a point where you just didn't want to move from the tent area.
Yeah, we met up with the people that we went with last year, our like Bloodstock crew, quite late in the day. Yeah. So we all got excited and wanted to hang out and drink and everything. So by the time we got to the arena, it was time for the silent disco, and that's what we got in the queue for.
Yeah. And I reckon that's what's going to happen next year at Download on the Thursday with the bands. I'm not going to be interested in going to watch anybody. So I hope it's not anybody too big. Or
do you think? I mean, really it's different. It'll be different if it was loads of bands I wanted to see. I mean, to be honest, I did want to see Dark Tranquillity, to be honest. But by the time I was like with everyone and I was hammered, I looked at my clock and I was like, oh shit, they're like pretty much finished.
Yeah. Well, that's what a Thursday's for at Download. I don't want to be going to watch bands.
Well, you got Wednesday to do that.
Get there Wednesday. They need to open up another day. They need to open it from Tuesday if they want to do that, I reckon.
Fucking hell.
I know I'll be dying by the end of it, but I don't want to go there.
Let's go there for 4 weeks.
Let's do that. No. It'd be expensive. How was the price of food? And beer. Did you buy much beer there?
Standard. Beer was slightly cheaper than Download. It was like £5 per pint.
I
think it was like $6.50 at Download, wasn't it? Around that.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
So not bad. Yeah, and we were drinking. Road Crew, the Motorhead beer. For a little bit. Then we were drinking Coors Light because we didn't want to get too mashed in the day. But Coors Light is just a nice thing to drink where you could just drink and drink and drink and drink and you don't get too mashed. Yeah. I think I didn't have any shorts while I was there. I had everything else back at the tent because Shane Hoem, who works for the Daya Brewing Company, and they make some seriously. And he bought how many did he brought like 48 cans with him of Daya. So we were just like drinking Daya the whole. And I still had some left over from when we went camping. So we just drunk Daya the whole time, which is great because it's a really good high quality like IPAs and stuff. So you don't get too mashed on. You can the strong ones, like the 8%
really
ones.
Strong ones.
Oh, you have an 8% one and you are fucking buzzing. But he only brought the 3, 4, and 5% ones this time, so we didn't actually get too mash up. But drinks were okay. Food was standard. I mean, same price as you pay at Download, really. Most things, if you're going to get like a big meal. All right, so what I had when I was there is I had a kebab wrap. That was really nice. That was about 12 quid. Right. I had a burger and chips, which was very disappointing. The chips were great. The burger was shite. What else did I have? I had a breakfast roll, which had sausage and bacon in it. That was excellent. And the cappuccino I had with it was even better. And then finally, I only ate 4 things. I ate nothing this festival. I literally just drank water because when it's hot, I really don't want to eat.
No.
Sort of like takes my appetite away. So I ate all the snacks that I had, but all the main meals that I brought with me, I didn't eat one of them. And I only ate like one thing a day. That's it. Yeah, and then finally on the Sunday, I had the classic Yorkshire pudding, filled Yorkshire pudding, which was once again absolutely incredible. And I would say the only thing that's actually worth the £12.
Yeah, because it fills you up, doesn't it?
I wanted to go. I wanted to go straight to bed after I'd eaten that. I didn't, but I could have. Yeah. I had to have a Red Bull to perk me up, but I if I would have had that, I could have laid down, nodded off, and just gone. That would have been lovely. Yeah, they're really good. If you ever get a chance and you like that sort of food, those people that are called Yorkie puddings at the festivals, they're at Download, they were at Trees and Bloodstock, so they pretty much do quite a lot of them. I don't know about Reading or Glastonbury or any of the other ones, but it is well worth the 12 quid. Really, really, really good. So yeah, definitely go and get it. But yeah, the food, we're so lucky when it comes to festivals. British festivals just have a fantastic selection of food. I think it's something that festival food that we do really well. I would love to go to a festival in another country and just compare the quality.
Yeah.
Because, obviously you get your standard like shitty burger and chips or whatever, but if you want to pay, quite, not a bit, but £12 whatever for something, if you get it from a kebab shop or a pie shop or any of the ones that they have, normally you're getting something that tastes really good, like you would eat outside. So I'd be interested to see what the food quality is in other countries, and if it's fucking shite, or if ours is shite and theirs is like even better. Like, ours might be terrible. We're just used to it.
Yeah. Do you know what? I will let you know, because I'm not going to any, but I'll probably be looking for vlogs of the Blue Ridge Festival that I said. Blue Ridge Rock Festival, which is, I think it's the 8th to the 11th of September. And I found a vlog about it last year. I didn't really watch it very much. But those sort of things don't really infiltrate. Well, certainly not me. I don't know if anybody else out there just watches so much music stuff that things like that does get offered to you or suggested to you, I guess is the right word. It'd be interesting to know what they are like. I'm going to be trying to watch them this year, yeah. But some people might already know. But I think it'd be interesting. But yeah, I think there's probably a lot of things that don't really get seen over here.
We'll check it out and see what other people are saying. But yeah, I'd like to try it. I'd like to try stuff abroad and see what the crack is.
But I talking about food reminded me. I was talking to an old friend of mine that at a Death by Kai gig, who I used to play pool with him, and he's got his own food stall.
Oh, nice.
I'm not sure if he's the owner, but he definitely works on it. And it's like a waffle stall, and they just took it to Boomtown for the weekend.
Wicked.
And so I was talking to him about prices. Actually, I think he pays maybe up to about 15 grand, between 8 and 15 grand for Boomtown. And he said like all the drinks are provided by the festival, and you have to charge what they say. But whereas food, you can do whatever you want. You can charge whatever you want. Just
a certain amount for the drinks.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was really interesting, really cool. So yeah, if you did go to Boomtown and you went to the waffle stall, there's a big bright blue thing. I did say to him, like, I'm genuinely interested. I'm also doing a little bit of research for the podcast.
Yeah.
But I like I said, I was genuinely interested to hear about that kind of thing as well.
It is interesting. Like we said before, we're interested on sort of all the other levels that the festival works on, including food, infrastructure, facilities, and all that shit. We're just generally interested in it. So to hear someone's like point of view from being a food vendor is actually really cool.
Yeah. I obviously would have been a lot more expensive at somewhere like Bloodstock or Download, but and we've like water as well. We've spoken about water before. Like never even thought about how they would get the water points in, you understand that the water is there, but it sort of didn't occur to me that they have to get it to that water station somehow.
Yeah, of course. I think we spoke about that in the trees episode, didn't we? Because I said that the water is really bad.
Yeah.
I can confirm that the Bloodstock water was quite nice.
Was it?
Yeah, luckily, because I drank enough of it, so it was fine. Yeah, it was really good. It was really nice. It was quite cold as well. I don't know how they did that because it was fucking boiling hot, but it was really good, nice quality water. Drank a lot of it, and everyone else seemed to have a lot of fun with the water. So it was good. I got squirted loads by loads of kids were filling up like water pistols.
Yeah.
And every time you walk to the toilet, because we were in Midgard, you walk past the fence that people would sit up against. And there was this one kid that was just squirting everyone, but you wanted him to squirt you because it was boiling hot. So when you go like that and just go on, squirt me, man.
Yeah.
And his parents were there just pissing themselves laughing at him squirting everyone. So that was really cool.
Awesome. I've had that when I've been out on delivery, and you can't get away from the sun. And people are out in their gardens with their hose pipes, like, oh, yes, please. I love some of that.
I'll take it. Yes, please.
But, you said about toilets. Were the toilets as bad as last year?
I think they were the best toilets of the year.
Really? Nice.
Yeah. Which is a complete 180 from last year, because last year Bloodstock toilets were by far the worst toilets. But this year, no overflowing urinals, no giant piles of shit, no shit smudged everywhere all over the things like last time. They were clean. There was room in them. They always had toilet paper. The urinals were emptied. They were in good positions. There was enough of them. There was a lot of portaloos. Literally zero complaints about the toilets this year. Oh, actually, one complaint.
Go on then.
No mirrors in any of them.
Ah.
And that's really annoying.
Disappointing.
So a mark down for the no mirrors, but apart from that, excellent. And a completely different scale to what it was like last year. Last year it was unbearable to go to the toilet at Bloodstock, but now, really good. Happy.
Awesome. I think that is about all I can think of, other than I can't think of anything else.
Shall I tell you who I saw on Friday?
Yeah, I was going to say, other than the music. I'm trying to think. Yeah, there was nothing.
Well, I'll run through, and then I'm sure other stuff's going to crop up, but I'm going to tell you, because I'm going to tell you about all the shit that I did in the evening, because this, honestly, this is... This festival was mad. The heat does something to people, and it makes them into crazies, and that's exactly what this festival was.
Oh, can I ask a quick question? Go on. So obviously, with like a download, when it's hot in the day, it's freezing at night. Mm-hmm. But there were some days here where like it was still 28, 30 degrees. No, I won't go 30. 26 to 28 degrees, even like throughout the whole night.
Oh yeah.
So did it actually stay warm at night?
The only night I was even a tiny little bit cold was the Sunday night.
Was it?
The rest of them...
But that was nice.
Yeah, just laying in the tent, like just my sleeping bag undone, with it just over me, with my legs sticking out. So just like half over me, basically. Yeah. Perfect. Waking up in the morning was a completely different thing, but going to sleep at night was lovely. Waking up in the morning, even though we were like near trees and quite in shade... Yeah. Oh boy, you wanted to get out of that tent as quickly as you possibly could. It was proper hot. But evenings were
I remember
beautiful.
Thinking, those nights that it was hot, I remember thinking like, it's like when we were in Greece, you can wear shorts and t-shirt all the time. You're okay.
When we were out till like 1, 2 in the morning, I was literally out in a shorts and a t-shirt. Yeah. Like that's it.
Nice.
And you weren't cold at all. It was amazing, really good. So just weather was unreal.
Awesome.
So like I said, I didn't see anyone on Thursday. We went to the silent disco in the evening, which was wicked, really good. 3 channels. It was a good laugh. I do like a silent disco. I always say to everyone, I like doing it. I don't like doing it more than once at a festival. Okay. I feel like it's boring. It's the second time's never as good as the first time in my eyes when you do a silent disco. So we've done other stuff after that. But, the other guys went to silent disco and I'd done something way cooler, which I will get to, by myself. By myself, and it was very good. Yeah, so Friday, obviously another like scorcher. Woke up and thought, right, going to go see some bands today. I actually only ended up seeing 3 bands.
Right.
Because it was so hot. Because like I said, what I normally do is I'll go and watch bands. But like when you're standing at the main stage, if you're not in a tent, it's beating down. And when you go in a tent, oh my God, the heat is just too much. Doing a festival in this kind of heat, we couldn't do it every year. Because this is why, this is the reason why some American states just don't do festivals in the summer. Because it's too fucking hot. You just can't. You can't put people in that environment, which is why they have their festivals in April, because you can't have them in June, July, August, or even September because it's too fucking hot.
Yeah.
So
I never knew that. That makes sense.
Yeah. Well, some summers are 40 plus. You're not going to have people at a festival at 40 plus weather. You're going to have it in April when it's in the 20s. So 20s, 30s. It makes sense. But anyway, I'm babbling. So the first band that I watched properly at Bloodstock 2022 was Bloodywood.
Oh, nice.
and they were fucking amazing.
Oh, you missed out.
They blew.
Why? They're bloody good.
I missed it. I was too excited by how good they were.
Yeah.
But they were bloody good. They were brilliant. They surprised me because I'd heard little bits here and there, never properly listened to them.
Yeah.
And when I listened, I was like, okay, that bit sounds like Meshuggah. Okay, now it sounds like Body Count. Okay, now it sounds like Linkin Park. What the fuck? And I was like, wow. And then when I was standing next to Shane and he's like, these guys are sick. I'm like, I know, this is amazing. And they had really good rapport with the crowd. The crowd were really properly into it, like really into it. And I just thought they were fantastic. They had great energy. The stuff they were saying in between the songs was getting people like pumped, really meaningful. And yeah, I got really, stage-wise, I got really big Linkin Park vibes from them. Like that kind of connection with the audience. Obviously, the music's heavier than Linkin Park. But yeah, I was really, really blown away by how good Bloody Wood were. And now I've started listening to them because I think they were fucking awesome. So really, really good. I thoroughly enjoyed Bloody Wood.
I should listen to them. I'll write it down at some point. I've been hearing good things about them for a while now. Yeah, and it's not just because it's a gimmick, because it's like...
No, it is what it is, basically. Yeah. And I just think it's all... I loved it. Like, it's kind of like what I said about the Scratch. I liked the Scratch so much that now I will see them at every festival.
Oh, speaking of the Scratch, Jacob has tickets to see them in Bristol in... I want to say 12th or 13th of December. Nice. I will get tickets at some point in the next probably 2-3 weeks when I can afford it.
I might have to join you.
Yes, I'll be meaning to let you know.
I might have to. I might have to join you for that.
I told Jacob about it, and he booked tickets straight away. He's richer than me, so hopefully I don't let him down when they sell out before. It shouldn't sell out. Hopefully not.
No, it would be. I think it's better to get tickets. But yeah, the Scratch. You know, I liked them so much that I saw them at Trees and they were amazing. And it's like Bloody Wood. When Bloody Wood play a festival now, I will go and see them because they've like... This is why festivals are good for bands, because you can earn fans. Because you're watching a load of like what you would call neutral fans. You know, you're going to have people that know you really well, people that know you a little bit, and people that don't know you at all. And those people that don't know you at all or know you a little bit are the people that you want to bring in, because the people that like you. Yeah, they're not gonna. You know, it's very rare they're gonna dislike what you're doing on stage. So
yeah,
they done a great job of that and won over a few fans. Well, they won over all of us. We were all walked off and said that was so sick.
Yeah.
So they won over like 10 fans rather than just one. But yeah, they were very good.
Awesome.
For the rest of the day, I didn't watch anyone on the main stage.
No,
I didn't watch Behemoth headline. Oh, actually, I watched about 15 minutes of Testament and was so bored I left.
Oh dear.
And I've said this again, I'll reiterate it. I've said this before, sorry. I am not a fan of thrash. I'm sure I've said it many times in this podcast, but thrash, apart from some old school Metallica, some Anthrax, some Slayer, I don't like Megadeth at all. Thrash does nothing for me. And I genuinely think that it all sounds the same. And I know that's such a shitty thing to say, but to me it does.
Yeah.
And people will say that every Cradle of Filth song sounds the same, every deathcore band sounds the same, and that's fine. But I think that every fucking thrash song sounds the same. So I was just like, okay, I can see that they're good at what they do, obviously. And I'm a musician, I can appreciate musicianship. And I was like, okay, yeah, if you like thrash, perfect. But I was like, guys, I'm going to go back and get pissed because I'm bored as fuck here. So I left. So yeah, I didn't see anyone else. I didn't watch Behemoth. I got told off a lot for that. But I just didn't. So instead I went to see my... Oh no, wait. I missed one of the main things. Before Testament. They're not on the lineup, so I didn't tell you. Secret Band was Machine Head.
Yeah, I saw that. I was certain the Secret Band was on the Saturday. And all the people was posting in the groups on the Friday going, oh, it's Secret Band Machine Head. I was like, not till tomorrow though, is it? How do you know? Was there another secret band?
2 secret bands. Yeah, so we had an inkling it was Machine Head.
Yeah.
And then when we knew it was Machine Head, it was incredible. They played in the second stage tent, not on the main stage.
Yeah.
And me and Lewis, who we went with, managed to squeeze our way into the tent.
Oh, nice.
I'm talking about the tent was packed. It took us about 8 minutes, I reckon, to push through everyone to get in. And we were fucking almost center middle. We had like the most... It was so hot in there. Yeah, holy shit. I haven't been in a gig that hot since Korn 2007 when they played in the tent and the water was dripping off the ceiling. That's probably the hottest I've been in the tent, and this was second to that.
Yeah.
Mad. Yeah, absolutely mad. It was great. It was a great gig. They had a backdrop that said Machine Fucking Head. They were missing a guitarist because he couldn't make it, so it was just Rob, bass player and drummer. But they were excellent, really good. They said as well it's the first gig they've played since before lockdown.
Really?
So obviously they were super excited. First gig they played in like 2 years. Yeah. So fucking excellent. Whole crowd chanting Machine Fucking Head. They played a really interesting set as well. They played like songs that I would never thought they would play. They played From This Day.
Oh, that's my favourite song. That's my favourite Machine Head song.
I was like,
yeah.
He's like, yeah, we're going to play something off the Burning Red. And me and Lewis were like, yes, what's he going to play? And then he started playing From This Day and I was like, no. And he's like, get up. And we were like, yes, fucking hell, they're playing From This Day. That is so sick. So yeah, they played like a weird, they played Halo. They played Diamonds and Kings. They played Existence of Hate, the new one. They played Aesthetics of Hate. What's the fucking new song called? I can't remember. They played that. It was a really sort of deep cut. Like they didn't play Davidian. They did play Imperium.
Did they play Is Anybody Out There?
No, they didn't.
No.
But because the thing about Machine Head is they've got so many albums, they could do 2 completely different sets, and you would be happy with both because they can just pick really good songs.
Yeah.
So they didn't play any of what you would consider to be sort of the big hits of Machine Head, but they picked the songs really well. You were like, oh, that's a good song. Even though I wasn't expecting you to play that song, I'm going to like this. So it was great. It was really good. They played 10 Ton Hammer.
Nice.
It was awesome. It was really good. It was a really good gig.
I'm listening to Machine Head tomorrow.
I'm listening He's going to break the Maiden.
Yeah. Specifically the Hell Alive album. That's the album that got me into them. So
that's a good album as well.
Yeah, I didn't really listen to any specific albums. I don't really know their hits. Don't really know much else. But yeah. They've been one of my favourite metal bands for a number of years. And anyone that says Supercharger's a bad album, you can go fuck yourself. Simple as that. I'm in the love Supercharger camp. But yeah. So yeah, it was excellent. It really was absolutely fantastic. What a great surprise. Nice, they weren't on the, weren't listed on the bill, had an inkling, got to see fucking Machine Head in a tiny tent. So there was actually a really funny bit as well. Obviously Rob Flynn, he's not as young as he was before, and he's got a bit of a belly now. So he's wearing like a battle jacket with nothing underneath. And he's like, look at this, guys. Look what I grew for you over lockdown. Like grabbing his belly. And he's like, I'm a fat bastard now. And then the whole crowd was chanting, you fat bastard, you fat bastard, you fat bastard. And he was pissing himself laughing. I thought that was really funny. Well, he doesn't really drink much anymore, does he? I think he said in one of his podcast episodes, he only drinks weekends now. But obviously it would have been a Friday he played, so I was wondering if he was...
Yeah, he kept on saying beers up, beers up, beers up in between every song. So
cool. Awesome.
He's probably looking forward to it. But yeah, that was it was excellent. So yeah, really happy about that. Then, going back to what I said before, the last band of the evening headlining the second stage were Sleep Token. I had a Red Bull before this. And it was literally like I'd done about 4 lines of coke. I was fucking buzzing off my nuts on this Red Bull. And I'm a huge advocate of Sleep Token, and everyone knows that I go on about them a lot, and they are gone. Everyone goes on them about a lot for good reason. Because they got a good stage presence, they got a good sort of band aura, they got great songs, they got soft bits, heavy bits, gent bits, everything you could possibly want from music. Bits. Shoegaze, literally anything. Like this band are just incredible. The second worst sound I've ever heard at a festival.
Really?
Yeah. Their sound, and I'm basing this on Sleep Token levels, because normally Sleep Token the sound is really good, and that's what blows people away. Their performance and the guitars when they kick in. At first you've got beautiful piano, and you're like, oh, it sounds all light and fluffy, and then you get a bit of drums build up, and then it's like down out, like just horrible down-tuned gent, and it kind of hits you in the face because it's like, whoa, where the fuck did that come from? That's the point of Sleep Token. But it didn't have any oomph. That everything was too low. Right. It didn't have enough power behind it, and it was definitely something to do with the engineer or whatever happened, because Malevolence played the same stage at the same time the night after, and that sounded fucking awesome.
Right.
So there was a problem, and it kind of took me out of the gig a little bit. Other people come out, and I spoke to them, and they were like, oh my God, that was incredible. What a band. They're so amazing. And I think maybe it's because I judge Sleep Token gigs so highly.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe it's because I've got like an engineer's ear, so my ear is more finely tuned to that kind of stuff. But I can tell you right now, it sounded like shit.
Yeah.
I'm not just saying, like, their performance, as always, was great. Vessel sounded great. The band, everything they played was perfect, spot on as always. But the sound, I feel like it really took it away. And it's the first time I've seen... It was still packed, but I could tell that people were leaving.
Yeah.
And you'll get a few, because obviously they're not for everyone. But normally, Sleep Token can keep people's attention for a long time because they're so weird.
Yeah.
And they look weird, they sound weird, they are just a weird band. But yeah, I was disappointed with the sound, not disappointed with the performance, but I was like, oh man, it's fucking, I should be like buzzing after a Sleep Token gig. And this is the first time I've seen them, and I wasn't buzzing afterwards. I was telling Laura for ages how amazing they were live.
Yeah.
And she came to see him, and she said, oh yeah, they were great. Like his voice is incredible. They're a really cool sounding band, but it didn't blow her away, which Sleep Token should do to a lot of people. So it was kind of frustrating that such a good band didn't have that, oomph. Can I just mention what I think the worst sounding festival gig I've ever seen is?
Can I take a guess? Was it this year?
No, it was a long time ago.
Because it wasn't Bury Tomorrow. Is it Bury Tomorrow you said sounded awful?
No, they sounded awful on the TV recording.
Right, okay.
They didn't sound awful in real life.
Oh.
You'll never get it. You're never going to get it.
I won't even try and guess then. Go on
then. So, In Flames on the main stage at Download in 2008 is the worst sound I've ever heard at a festival show.
I think I saw them at that point.
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad.
I don't really remember 2008.
Yeah, you probably for the best. But again, it's the same sort of thing. I at that time, I'd seen In Flames almost every year, and I was a huge In Flames fan. And In Flames win people over live because their sound is powerful and
they've
good.
They've never done it for me live, ever.
Yeah, see?
The same as Korn, I said before. I don't understand. I loved In Flames. I was talking to a friend actually the other day, and he reminded me of the song Episode 666. I forgot that existed. That was my favourite song of theirs for such a long time.
Nice.
I need to listen to it. But yeah, I've never enjoyed them live. Don't know why.
It's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you went to 2008, which you did, I'm not surprised because it was bad. But yeah, anyway, I was just really, it just sucked. I fucking love Sleep Token so much, and it just didn't. It didn't have that thing that I wanted from a Sleep Token show.
Yeah.
But I'm glad other people still enjoyed it. If it was your first time seeing Sleep Token and you really enjoyed them, that's great. I can just tell you now, it's only going to get better because that for me was quite a low Sleep Token show. And they are more powerful and even better than that. So go and see them again. But yeah, that's everything I saw on Friday. So yeah, I only saw, 3 bands and 4 if you count the 15 minutes of Testament that I didn't enjoy.
Were there any bands that you were planning on seeing that you didn't get around to seeing on Friday? And we do this for all the days as well.
I really wanted to see Doyle, but I can't remember what we were doing. But I didn't, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Cool. What about the Saturday then?
So Saturday, the first band I saw was the band I was probably looking forward to most out of the entire weekend, which was Lorna Shore.
Yeah.
And holy shit.
Nice.
Wow. Just wow. What a band. What a fucking band. Great drummer, great bass player, incredible guitarist, and an absolutely mind-blowing vocalist.
Yeah.
Just wow. That kid is insane. Great. They just sounded fantastic. Again, really good connection with the crowd. Obviously, they're a band that's on the up. They're well known now because of his insanely good vocals. They were brilliant. They were fantastic. They were really good, really tight. Solos were great. Drums were great. Beatdowns and his low growl was just fucking hell. Wow.
I need to listen to some more. Yeah.
Laura actually said to me, my friend Laura that I went with, she said that when they do the beatdowns and he does his low growl, she goes, it makes me feel sick.
Really?
But in a good way.
Huh.
Like, it's so disgusting.
Yeah.
That she's like, I feel sick, but like, yeah, it's actually making me feel sick how fucking nasty these growls and beatdowns are. And I was like, that's so good. I've never heard anyone be physically sick in a good way from seeing a band before because it's so good. But yeah, they were
I need to see them
excellent.
At some point. Yeah.
I think, she said to me she's not a fan of like deathcore music or, any of that sort of heavy stuff, but she was like, wow.
Yeah.
He is mad. His vocals are insane. Just, really cool. They were great. All together, a fucking fantastic performance. To go see Lorna Shore. We watched Silosis from the bar.
Ah, do you like Silosis?
Yeah, Silosis are decent.
Okay, cool. I haven't figured out if I like them yet.
But Shane is like quite a big Silosis fan. So I was like, why don't we go to Lemmy's bar? We'll get drinks. We'll stand in the shade. And we'll watch Silosis. So this is the time that Ben came to meet me, which is Chids Vids.
Oh, yeah, cool. Awesome. I was going to ask you about him.
Ben, I know you're listening to this, so I think we met him just before that, possibly. I can't remember if he was with us for Lorna Shore. And then we went to the bar, and then we just started getting hammered, which was great. So we watched all of Silosis from there, who were excellent, really good. So we were just drinking, chatting, watching Silosis, which was wicked. And then, so what I was going to say about Ben was camping at Donington.
Ah, was he? What?
For the night before. So nice. His vlog will be out soon. So his vlog will tell all. But yeah, he was camping on the hallowed grounds of Donington Park.
Okay. Well, nice. I wasn't sure where you meant, like the village of Donington.
No, the actual, the grounds itself. And then he came to meet us, which wasn't a far trip, obviously, at Bloodstock for the day. Yeah. So he had a couple of beers, but he couldn't stay and drink. I did say he could stay in my tent, mate. Do you know what I mean? But he chose to pop off. But it was great. Really good to see him, spend the day with him. Ben, we love you. If you like decent vlogs on YouTube, go check out Chids Vid stuff. Yeah, he is the man, and one of the nicest guys ever. We watched them. Chilled for a bit. Then we watched the beginning of Ginger. I'm not the biggest Ginger fan, but they're obviously really good. So they were great. We watched about 3 or 4 songs of them, and then we went back because we said, let's go get loaded before we watch Bury Tomorrow. And then this is when I had one of my naps and didn't wake up in time. Well, woke up probably when Bury Tomorrow had already started. Yeah, and I was feeling really groggy, so we just carried on drinking there. So we missed all of Bury Tomorrow.
It happened.
Everyone knew I was looking forward to seeing Bury Tomorrow. I love Bury Tomorrow. They're a great band. Yeah. But we just didn't see them. But, I'll catch them again somewhere else. There's no biggie. No big deal.
Yeah, I've had that happen. But I think I must have before. We just made this massive concoction of loads of different spirits in this bottle one Saturday night download. I really wanted to see Zebrahead the next day. And I said to people, I woke up in the morning, Sunday morning, I was looking forward to seeing them. I found this bottle in the middle of the campsite. So I started drinking it again.
Oh, no.
And I was gone by midday. And I think Zebrahead played at 4. And I said to people, wake me up for Zebrahead. I need to see Zebrahead. I've never seen it before. They tried waking me up. I wouldn't. Well, I think I woke up.
Dead to the world.
If I didn't wake up, they probably would have been a bit concerned. I think I did wake up and I was just like, nah, do you know what? That was too many spirits in that, and it fucked me right up.
Yeah, I feel like this time it was like I don't go back to the tent this much, even at Trees, even at these small festivals we can keep going back. Yeah. But it was just so hot. I don't know how people stood in the arena all day. You know, we had to go back and get more water or get more drinks or have something, you know, have a quick snack or whatever. Like, I genuinely needed these things, otherwise I wouldn't be able to function. Yeah. So, it was a bit different. But yeah, it's all good. It doesn't matter anyway, does it? And then I didn't watch Merciful Fate. The last band I went to see on Saturday was Malevolence, headline the second stage.
I did listen to some of them, actually, and I did take a little bit of a break from Iron Maiden to listen to them. And I enjoyed it.
What did you think?
I really enjoyed it, yeah. Not
they're
what
really,
I was expecting,
really good.
But like, I couldn't put my finger on what it reminded me of, but really good. I can understand how they're getting big now. Yeah,
they're really good, aren't they? I think they got dashes of loads and loads of stuff in their music. Yeah. But they were, again, like, I thought they were good at download, but Jesus Christ, in that tent, completely packed in the evening, fucking hell, they were great.
Yeah.
I'm a big advocate for, well, I mean, we're a big advocate, aren't we, for the new wave of British metal.
Yeah.
As we always say on this, and these guys are one of the people in the mix, you know, if not leading it, and fucking awesome. What a great band. Great crowd interaction. Crowd were going absolutely nuts, just fucking circle pits, you know, limbs flying, people singing, doing everything. Oh, this is one of the things that annoyed me. So Saturday was when my voice was the worst.
Right.
Like, it was just gone. I couldn't sing a word at Malevolence. And being a person that sings along to everything, I can't stand there and not sing along to music.
Yeah.
So I know just standing there headbanging and just having a good time is good, but not being able to sing along to songs that you like for someone who does that all the time is the most fucking frustrating thing ever. Yeah. So I was really enjoying Malevolence, but I was also really annoyed that I couldn't sing along to any of the songs. And even when they finished, I couldn't just go, yes! Like, that's how fucked my voice was. Like, I couldn't barely make any sounds.
Was that from all the dust or from singing?
Yeah, just from the dust. Just from the dust. Just the dust, yeah. You know, I didn't do that much singing this weekend. I was talking to people, but the dust gets caught on your, like, vocal cords, and then that starts to dry out, and then, you know, you're not drinking enough water, you're dehydrated, and it all just kind of adds up to, you know, fuck to your vocal cords. So, yeah, but Malevolence were excellent, again, as always. Then comes to probably one of my favourite bits of the festival, which was what the fuck I done on Saturday night. So,
it's taken a while to get to this. Actually, you said.
So I left Malevolence. Everyone else was at the back of the bar, and I left the rest of the guys because I wanted to get closer for Malevolence. They were all drinking at the back of, like, right at the back of the tent. There's a bar. So Malevolence finished, and I went back there, and none of them were there. So I was like, okay, I'll go back to the campsite because I'm sure someone's going to be there. So I went back to where me and Laura and Shane were staying, weren't there. So then I went back to the campsite where everyone else camping, no one's there.
Yeah.
And my phone's on, like, airplane mode because I'm trying to save battery to vlog. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm just going to have to spend Saturday night on my own till I go and bump into someone. Turns out they'd gone to the silent disco, and I wasn't going to go anywhere near it because, like I said before, I don't like to do it twice. So I went into my tent, made myself like a little cocktail, grabbed some beers, shoved them in my pockets, put my sliders on, and just went for a walk, like, around the festival, just chatting to people, bumping into people. And then I saw this group of people walking with, like, so basically they have bin jousting at Bloodstock. It's quite a big deal. But there's always this guy and other people that have these, like, LED, he's got an LED hat, an LED thing with just, like, bright lights on it, basically, so you can identify these people. I was walking, and this giant group of people, all covered in sort of, like, LED lights and, you know, in all these weird costumes and stuff. And I was like, okay, these people look cool. They're walking, and then this guy with a megaphone started saying, "All hail the Hypnotoad." And then everyone was like, "Oh, hail the Hypnotoad." And they just kept repeating that and other, like, versions of that for ages. Yeah. I was like, okay, I'm going to walk with these people because this is interesting. So we started walking around, and I'd say, first of all, there was about 30 people. Walking through the campsites, this is no joke, there was probably about 200 people.
Jesus.
After about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Everyone walking, chatting, drinking, all shouting, you know, "Oh, how the Hypnotoad."
Yeah.
Right, and I didn't know that.
I was just about to ask if you knew where it's from, because you said you started watching it.
No, I didn't know where it was from.
Do you still not know?
No, I was like, I don't know. Where is it from?
It's from Futurama.
See, I haven't got that far into Futurama.
Yeah.
So I don't know. So I was like, okay. And then they started doing this weird... So I don't know if this has anything to do with Futurama, but there's a story to this.
Go on.
So they were walking around, getting all the crowd, right? And then they stopped and everyone hailed the Toad. So what it was a guy with like a weird sort of Toad mask on, and he had a complete LED cloak.
Yeah.
Like a long cloak with loads of LEDs in it, right? Everyone started getting on the ground, worshipping him and everything. All this. It was incredible. I've got this all on the vlog, by the way. Awesome. You guys have to check out my Bloodstock vlog. It's going to be amazing. It'll be up probably this weekend. So once we release this, it should already be up. Go and check on my YouTube. So everyone's worshipping him. And he's like, right, stop worshipping the Hypnotoad. And then this woman comes into like the giant circle. Like basically this is like a performance with another LED costume on, and they have to have sex to create babies of the Hypnotoad.
Right.
So this woman walks and she starts doing this like dance. And it's like, you know, they're like basically sort of like making love through weird Hypnotoad thing. And then there's just loads of people in the crowd going, suck him off. You know, like all people just shouting like the most funny shit. Anyway, but
heckling.
She walks, heckling. And then she's going around doing all this weird stuff. And then he's like, right, let's move on. They've made love or whatever the fuck they were doing. Then we walked further down. So everyone just started walking again. And we were like, what the fuck is going on here? They go into this giant tent and they're like, oh, she's going to come out with the eggs. And we're like, what? So the woman goes in and then comes out with this giant bag of LED eggs, like balls that are supposed to be eggs in this story.
Yeah.
Then she rips it open, throws them all on the crowd, and everyone starts throwing all of these LED lights everywhere, but they're supposed to be eggs. And he's like, yes, throw the eggs. And all the eggs are going. So everyone's getting like the eggs of the Hypnotoad.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
It's so weird. It was like watching a play fold out in front of you, but everyone was involved.
Yeah.
It was so, and at that point I was like, this is mad. What else is going to happen? And then all these other people in LED suits started joining and all that. And then they went to walk off. And he's like, right now we're going to do some bin jousting to like celebrate the birth of all the Hypnotoads. So then I quickly went back to my tent and then caught up with them. And then they just started doing some fucking mental bin jousting. But security, so the couple of nights before, security were chatting to these guys and they were obviously annoyed at them that they keep on getting people to do bin jousting.
Yeah.
But I think they must have reached like a point where they were letting them do it as long as the security people were involved.
Right.
Because security people, obviously, they're only doing it because they don't want people to get injured. So security guy was, because obviously people standing in big lines to look. So the security guy was like, you guys go back, you guys go back. And they were only doing a maximum of 5 jousts in each position, in each camp.
Okay.
So the crowd and the guy, we would do 5 jousts and then he'd be like, let's move on to the next camp. So then everyone would walk to the next camp and do 5 jousts. And then let's move to the next camp. Then everyone would walk and do 5. So this is how I spent my Saturday night. I was by myself.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was one of the best, most fun nights I've ever had at a festival.
Yeah.
Because it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. And I got a lot of it on video, so you can enjoy in my time worshipping the mighty Hypnotoad.
Awesome.
Yeah,
oh man,
it was great.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. And
yeah, it was really good.
I just want to talk to Jacobs at this point. Jacobs, this is what we need to do this next year. Fuck the village off. The village download was rubbish. We know this firsthand. We've done it. Just walked around the campsites and found awesome things to do. But we forgot how good it was. And so, yeah, just that story. Yeah,
well, it really reminded me of the classic Join the Line that we've spoken about before. That's what it reminded me of. It was just people walking with people for no reason. You know, everyone chatting, and they were just walking because people were just walking. Like they had nothing else to do.
Yeah.
So it was it was amazing. It was really good fun.
I'm glad you did that for the story as well. Because again, it's like we said about the wedding. Like we would have had no idea that was happening at Download. What? I don't know how far. 50 yards. I don't know how 50 yards. 100 yards. A little way. It was in the same campsite as us. Mm-hmm. And we would have had no idea it was happening at all.
Oh, God, yeah. We wouldn't have known, would we, at all? we would have heard people in the distance clapping, and we would have been like, "Oh, that something's going on over there," but we wouldn't have actually gone.
Yeah, but that does sound awesome. Well, Saturday night.
Yeah, it was.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, really
that you
good.
had fun in an evening at a festival this year. No, I mean, what we did was cool, but not just random cool that you couldn't get elsewhere.
Yeah, well, I feel like because this time I just walked around the campsites, just to find where the fun was.
Yeah.
And I feel like we should do that. Make sure that we do that next year at Download. This has sort of egged me on to like, let's just go for a walk around the campsites and just fucking talk to people, man.
Yeah.
Let's just walk around and find, who's having a party or who's doing something hilarious, and we'll just join in. Like, which is exactly what I done this time. And I ended up having one of the best nights I've ever had at a festival. And I was fucking by myself. Yeah. Wasn't even with anyone I know. So I was really glad I didn't go to a second night of the, at the silent disco. Yeah. No, whatever floats your boat and that, but one's enough for me. But yeah, it was awesome. So shall we move on to Sunday?
Yeah. Let's do it.
A Sunday. Okay, so you said about Vended and how you really liked them. I didn't go and watch them, but Shane and Laura did, and they said they were excellent. Yeah. And I heard from a few other people as well that they were really good. So I know that Corey Taylor was there as well.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, nice. So he must have been obviously watching his son play probably, I don't know, maybe the first time they played at a UK festival anyway.
No,
possibly.
Could be, yeah.
Or a big one anyway, like they were on the main stage. I know it was really fucking early in the day, but playing on the main stage at a metal festival is a big idea.
Yeah.
A big idea? Big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal, so yeah.
Did you say last episode that you weren't that keen on them?
Yeah, I'm not that keen on them, personally.
Yeah.
I think he's got a good voice.
Yeah.
Sounds a lot like his dad.
Yeah.
but music-wise, I'm not in. They haven't done anything yet. I'm always open to bands changing my mind, but what they've done so far hasn't grabbed me. But
yeah,
they're still young, so they might do something, in a couple of years that really blows my balls off. But yeah, I was going then to watch Life of Agony, but Life of Agony unfortunately pulled out.
Yeah. Because
their drummer got heat stroke at another festival they played.
Oh,
so that just tells you how hot Europe was. I think, they were playing somewhere in Europe. And, she got heat stroke. So, fucking hell. Yeah, so I mean, it's been hot. We're saying it's hot here, but it's been fucking hot everywhere.
It has, yeah.
Like, crazy in Europe. Like, Europe, we're just not used to these kinds of temperatures. So, yeah, so that sucked. So I can honestly say, apart from the first day, I drank the most on the Sunday.
Yeah.
because I didn't go see Vended, Life of Agony pulled out, and then I didn't want to see anyone till Killing Joke. I just sat there and just crushed beers, man.
Nice.
We were just crushing beers. Crushing them, man.
Yeah.
And we were just having a laugh. We were just having a really good time talking to each other, listening to some tunes, just drinking some day beers, just day drinking basically, because I'd stopped by the time Killing Joke started, but just drinking loads of beers in the day. It was great. So yeah, then the next band I saw were Killing Joke, a band that I've wanted to see for a long time. They were incredible. And I mean incredible. I actually turned around to Laura afterwards and I was like, well, that was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
They were great. Music sounded incredible, really powerful. Singer was just fucking weird as hell. Really weird, really animated, fantastic voice. Absolutely incredible. They were really good, and now I'm extra really gutted that I haven't seen them when they've played at other festivals before and I've gone to see other people, because I feel like I got into Killing Joke late. I got into Killing Joke 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
I mean, they've been fucking going since the 80s, but yeah, but I mean, I'm really late to the party, unfortunately, when it comes to Killing Joke. Really wish I got in there a lot earlier. But yeah, they were brilliant, fantastic. So I got home and listened straight to my Killing Joke playlist because I was like,
nice.
Yes, fuck yeah, man, fucking great band. Yeah, and then I finally watched a headliner on the main stage on the Sunday.
Who's that, Lamb of God, wasn't it?
Yeah, I watched Lamb of God, and they were excellent. I haven't seen them since Download 2007, so it's been a hell of a long time since I've seen Lamb of God live. Obviously, I've listened to their stuff, but yeah, brilliant, really good headliner. Really good sound. They sounded fantastic. Really good songs. Great set list. Played all the hits. They played Ruin. They played Laid to Rest. They played Redneck. They played all the songs that you assumed that they would play. Yeah. But they played loads of like deep cut album tracks as well. The stage itself looked great. They made the for the headliners. Obviously, I didn't see this on the other two nights, but they made the screens doubly big. So the screen normally had like a Bloodstock thing at the top, Bloodstock thing at the bottom, both moving.
Yeah,
and then because it's on part of the screen, then they had the little LED screen in the middle that you would see the band on. But they made that all the screen for the headliners, which I thought was really cool. It looked amazing.
Yeah,
huge screens on the side. So it was just an added little bonus. But yeah, I thought the production was great. I thought they had a little bit of pyro, which I've never seen Lamb of God have. Obviously, they probably do that all the time now, but obviously I never seen that before. The sound was great. Lighting was fantastic. Really, really good job with the lighting. I thought the rig looked great. And yeah, overall, just really, really good. After that, I was happy. I was like, shit, that was amazing. Yeah. That is like, it's Sunday night. I've watched the headliner and I feel great. Like we were all had big smiles on our faces. We were chatting, just had a fantastic time. It was brilliant.
Yeah, that sounds cool, man. Yeah, I do need to go to a Bloodstock. It just sounds like what Download used to be with the fun in the campsites. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, probably because a lot of people that used to go to Download don't go to Download anymore. They go to Bloodstock.
Yeah.
So the Bloodstock people probably hate to admit it, but Bloodstock's probably more like Download than Download is now.
Yeah.
Well, more like Download was
yeah.
than Download is now. And that's not dissing Download at all, because I still think Download's the best festival overall.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Bloodstock feels like what Download used to feel like. That's the vibe I get.
Man, I want to go next year.
Yeah, like Bloodstock feels like Download between 2005 and 2009.
Yeah.
That's what Bloodstock feels like. So if you want to know what Download felt like in the early years, just go to Bloodstock, because that's exactly what it felt like. Downloads are different now, but yeah.
So did they announce the bands on the stage again?
They did, yeah. I wasn't there for it, but obviously on my phone popped up saying who's playing next year.
Yeah.
Let me just get it up on my thing quickly. I know from memory what it was, but yeah. So the Bloodstock, partially Bloodstock has been announced for next year. I think it was on the Saturday that they done the screen announcement like last time. They didn't announce as many bands as last time because last time was 2020, so they had a whole nother year to book the bands.
Yeah.
So announced were, I'll start from the bottom. So Unto Others, who have done probably one of my favourite albums of 2021. So fucking buzzing to see them.
Okay, I've never heard of them.
Yeah, they're really good. You should check them out. You should put them on your list.
Cool.
King 810, who are a band I know that Adam, leader of In Search of Sun, loves, and I really don't like.
I didn't like them.
No. Fit for an Autopsy, who are a fucking good deathcore band. Decapitated, who are another good band. Devil Driver, who are a fucking excellent band.
Yeah.
Knocked Loose, who I know a lot of people go on about. So I would love to catch them because I missed them at Down. I think they played this year as well.
I'm thinking of Neck Deep. They're not Neck Deep,
are
they?
Okay.
Neck Deep are a punkish
No,
band.
Not Loose are different. Yeah.
Okay.
Megadeth. Oh, sorry. I mentioned that word that makes me want to sleep. And Killswitch Engage to headline on the Friday, which is excellent.
Yeah.
I'm really, really looking forward to a Killswitch Engage fucking headline festival set. I don't know how it's going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do for production. I don't know what songs they're going to play, but it will be fucking interesting to find out.
Yeah.
And on the Friday as well, that's going to be something to really look forward to. So yeah, I'm buzzing for next year. I would go if just those bands were playing.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
And they haven't even announced anyone else yet. So I'm already really looking forward to Bloodstock next year because that's just made me want to go there right now.
Again, Patreon. No.
Send us your money so we can go to festivals and then make more content. I mean, that's what other people do.
Well, I'm not sure if I've said before, but talking about Rob Flynn's podcast earlier, the end of the episode that I listened to, he basically says, send us money so we can buy beer. It's like, only he can get away with that. It's like, and he says, like, we don't want to buy the cheap beer. We want to buy the decent stuff. So don't send us $5. Send us $20 so we can buy some good beer. And it's like, it's Rob. Yeah, it was good.
That's awesome. But yeah, seriously though, send us money so we can go to festivals.
You can try.
Well, you can't now because Adam hasn't got the fucking Patreon.
I'm 99% certain I'm not going to do it between here now and the next episode.
But when we do, so just keep saving your money, keep saving it up every episode, and then send us a shitload of money once we get the Patreon up.
Yeah. No, I did have an idea what we could do actually for a Patreon thing, reward. If that's what, yeah. I'm not gonna say it now. As weight bait.
Okay. Wait, bait.
If you would be interested in paying into our Patreon to get that reward that you don't know anything about yet, let us know. Well, no, I mean, I've always said this kind of thing is you don't want to do it too soon before you deserve it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I was about to ask something else about Bloodstock. Oh, so a few of the things I've seen, I don't know if any of them happened to you or you experienced any of them. I saw somebody saying that their beers in their tent were just popping like popcorn.
Oh,
it was
really?
So hot.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
And somebody else...
No, that didn't happen to us, no.
And someone else said that the kegs in the Sophie bar were just exploding because of the heat.
Oh, they kept on having to apologise to people because it was so hot that the kegs kept frothing up.
Right.
So they couldn't see, but they were giving people like half cup of beer, half cup of froth. So they were saying, can you just check that and sip it because it might be just froth because the heat was literally just frothing up all the beer. So I didn't see any explode, but I heard about the froth incident.
Yeah.
I had a big fucking head on my road crew, so yeah.
Yeah, I saw the person I saw about was complaining, actually saying, like, your keg has just exploded over us. We asked if we can go and use the showers, and we haven't paid for them or something. And we were told by your staff no. And it's like, your keg's exploding over us. We need to get washed off.
Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah, it does. I have seen a lot of complaints about it. I'm not going to go into too many of them. I can't remember a lot of them because a lot of them were. I mean, they probably meant a lot to the person complaining, but it's not something I'd want to dwell on. But I did see kind of funny, but also not funny if you were there. But I think apparently one of the vendors disconnected a water tap to fill their own supply at one point. And it's like, it's this hot and we can't get water.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't think that was in our camp.
Well, I can't remember where it was, but yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, I certainly didn't see it anyway.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Shit. And how would they expect to get away with that?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a hot festival. There are always going to be things that happen, and people want water, and people want showers because it's dusty.
Yeah,
like literally every time we went back to the tent, we wiped ourselves with. And I've had this since like the last time I can think of it being this bad was down in 2006.
Yeah, I haven't had to do it since
when you wiped yourself.
Yeah,
and I mean like we'd go watch a couple of bands, go to the bar, get a bit drunk, come back, wipe ourselves black.
Yeah,
then go out, watch a band. Drink for a little bit, come back, wipe ourselves black. Like, dust was just like when the circle pits were happening on the main stage, when the dust was rising, the dust was being kicked up so high, it was higher than the main stage.
Really? Bloody hell.
That's how much and people were coming out just completely caked in dust. Like, it was super dusty. And grass as well. All the grass just died because of people walking on it. So my tent was like, it's like I'd thrown a bale of hay in there. Just gone, there you go, there's a bale of hay. It was literally like that. It was just completely covered in...
That's better than mud. Just wet brown mud all over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Although I was saying before, I don't miss it necessarily, but I think there's something about a wet festival that I missed this year.
Don't say that. No, I'm cutting that from the episode. We cannot. We don't
want that kind of talk on this podcast.
No. But no, yeah. Look, going back to you said about the wet wipes. Yeah, back in the early days of Download, they were a staple thing. You had to take them. Like, I don't remember the last time I thought about taking a pack of wet wipes. Not for washing myself anyway. And take some to have a poo, so I don't get.
We literally the whole time you had them. This time, legs, arms, face. You wipe your face just completely black, crazy. But overall, very good. I loved this festival so much. Really looking forward to next year. I think if you've done Download or Trees already and you've been thinking about doing Bloodstock and you haven't, I highly recommend it. It's an excellent festival. Everyone that goes is awesome. You'll have a great time. Just go. It's cheap. It's all close together. I literally don't have a bad word to say about it this year at all.
Awesome. So that's cool, man. You made me so jealous.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah. I wasn't
next year.
I wasn't
interested
in going Bloodstock. Yeah, I wasn't interested in going to Bloodstock this year. Last year I think I was thinking about it, knowing that I wouldn't be able to go. Maybe just because I knew I wouldn't be able to go, that I wasn't interested. But after hearing you talk about it now, I'm gutted that I didn't. But I mean, no, I can't do it because of work and kids anyway. But
don't worry, man.
Can't wait.
We'll try for next year.
Yeah,
we'll try for next year.
What age can you leave them in the house on their own? Is it like 5? If it's 5, you can do it next year. he can look after Nova. She'll be 3.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no,
go.
I wouldn't be able to afford it.
Yeah, overall very good. Yeah, overall very good.
Awesome. Yeah,
very,
I'm glad.
Good. Excellent festival.
I'm glad. And it sounds. It sounds good. Like just you rekindled my love of walking around campsites again. Yeah.
Oh, hell, the Hypnotoad.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure what series that comes in. But yeah, that is a recurring joke from Futurama.
Oh, okay.
Did you get very far through it when you said you started watching it?
No, I'm still on series 2.
Yeah. Okay.
So
talking about well, I'm going to go on some more tangents. That I wanted could put as a beginning to have a longer tangent. Woodstock. Have you watched the Woodstock documentary?
No, although I have watched many on it before.
Okay.
Like, I think it's weird now that people are only just discovering that Woodstock 1999 happened.
Yeah.
When I'm pretty sure, because obviously, people that don't really like metal are watching it. But
yeah.
I just assumed that everyone in the alternative and metal world already knew about how terrible Woodstock 99 was.
Yeah.
Because, I've watched endless YouTube videos and stuff about it. But I was just surprised that so many people didn't know that, No,
it's strange. But yeah, like you said, there's so many people. There's one guy was talking to me about it in work, even though I hadn't watched it. He wanted to tell me everything because he knows I do this podcast. But yeah, he's like football mad. He's not interested in our kind of music in the slightest. But he was amazed by it. But I didn't know anything about it until we got to Scotland, and Kelly's uncle said about it, and like he said he'd never heard of Woodstock. And they were squatters in like the 70s and 80s. And I thought like all squatters were into like punk and alternative like lifestyle. And he'd never heard of it.
Weird.
Yeah. It was, although I did get some decent stories from them, some interesting. Apparently he had his own flat, but he was still squatting.
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, they used to go to like Glastonbury and everything. Kelly's auntie was talking to me about the Battle of the Bean Fields. Is it? I'm sure you've probably heard of that one. No, I think it was 1985. And a load of people trying to go to Glastonbury or
oh yeah, the Travellers.
Yeah, trying to get to Glastonbury or the Stonehenge.
I watched that, and they stopped them all.
Yeah,
and they wouldn't let them go, and there was all the arrests and stuff made. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, that was cool.
I didn't know anything about it.
I didn't know that that's what it was called. Yeah. But yeah.
But I'd never heard of it before, so I was looking it up, and it just made me think there's so many things that happened in like back in the 70s, 80s, well, even 60s, 50s probably.
Yeah, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, yeah.
Yeah, just
haven't
mad. Been documented yet, or not much has been done on it. I just wanted to learn so much more. about what happened, like everything.
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I will watch the Woodstock documentary.
Yeah, I will
at
too.
some point. I just haven't got round to it yet. Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was common knowledge, but obviously a lot of people never even knew that it existed. So
yeah, we've been watching The Sandman. That's very good. Go and watch The Sandman.
Oh yeah, that's on my list, dude. Yeah. I'm going to get round to that. Don't you worry about that. Anything Gaiman is even involved in slightly, I'm normally on board with.
Awesome. We watched Good Omens. That was good. We only watched the first season of American Gods. Never really bothered with the second one.
I haven't watched American Gods.
Oh, the first season's good. I don't know about the second season.
Yeah, there's just so much at the moment. So much good television. I'm not complaining, but there's just so much good stuff coming out. Yeah. I haven't even watched the new series of Stranger Things yet.
Haven't you?
And that's like old news for everyone else.
It is old news, yeah.
Well, it's because me and Vicky are still we pick a show and we binge it. We don't really go off. We watch other stuff in bed. We're watching Red Dwarf in bed at the moment, which is great.
I never finished that.
But
I don't know. There wasn't much I didn't watch. I got very close to the end, but I still haven't finished it.
That's all right. That's a good thing about that show is you can just always go back from the beginning and start again.
Yeah.
It's all on Amazon at the moment, by the way. It's all on Prime.
Okay.
So if you want to watch any of it, but yeah, so I will get round to Stranger Things. But we're binging X-Files at the moment, so we've got 12 seasons of X-Files to watch before we watch anything else. So, but Vicky's really enjoying it. She's loving it a lot. She really likes the characters and just the show in general. So yeah, we're having an absolute blast watching X-Files at the moment.
We need to do that. We started doing that. We got like halfway through season 3, got burnt out on it, and never went back to it.
Oh man. So much good stuff to come.
I've never even seen either of the films.
Oh, they're good, man.
Old. Yeah, they're very good, and I've been
really good.
I was a massive fan of the X-Files when the first one came out, but I just never watched it. I don't know why.
Weird.
Fucking weird. Anyway, we should. I could easily talk more about all sorts of stuff like this, but we should probably go and we'll
save it.
We'll add these tangents onto the beginning of the next episode.
Definitely.
Speaking
of my throat's a bit better.
Yeah. Speaking of the next episode, I don't even know what we're going to be doing, so maybe it's just one long tangent.
Could do tangent. I do have. I've got albums turning 20.
Oh,
like anniversary albums this year. I've got
2003
albums
was 20, a massive year. Oh, hang on,
albums turning 30 as well.
Awesome. Okay. Well,
so
yeah, we'll speak over the next couple of weeks. I know I've said I want to do an episode on RIP, which will be getting Kev back in from our RIP episode and Ready to Moshcast. Go and check them out if you haven't listened to them. So I said I want to do the disabled area or accessible. I don't know.
Accessibility.
Terrible with remembering words. That gets me out of that one.
That's great for someone who does a podcast.
I know.
Terrible at remembering words, but it's true. It's true. We all are.
But I never actually got in touch with the person who made that complaint that I said about last time. But yeah, we got loads of stuff coming up. I've had loads of ideas that I never wrote down. So hopefully they come back to me at some point. But yeah, so I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you all for listening. I was going to say watching then. We're not on YouTube really at the moment.
You can't see us.
You can't see us. Yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you everybody for listening along with us and for sticking with us if you listened through all that tangent at the beginning. But it was good. I enjoyed it. We enjoy it. We love doing this, and we hope that
that's what
guys,
we do.
Yeah.
If you listen to the podcast, you know that's what we do, man.
Yeah,
that's what you're here for. They're here for tangents.
Yeah, good.
They hate when we talk about the main subject. They don't want to know. They want to know about the tangents.
Yeah,
that's what they're here for.
Oh, did you sorry? Did you get recognised by anybody while you were there from your YouTube?
I did, yeah, quite a few times. Yeah, I've got
going on a tangent off of the outro back
another
to the
tangent back to the tangent. I did. I will shout out all the people that came and said hello to me in my vlog. Cool. So I'll say all your names and all that shit.
Yeah, I know Brad.
But yeah,
Brad
it was really.
It
was really great to meet people. I'll just shout out some names quickly now. So if any of you guys are listening, because there were a couple of people that said that they listened to the podcast as well.
Oh, awesome!
As the
Thank you.
Yeah, as well as watch me on YouTube. So thank you very much to Bruce, Harry, Tash, Rupert, Nikki, and Amy for coming up and saying hello and having a little chat. Yeah, it was
awesome.
Great to see people as always. And yeah, spread the love. Spread the word of the pod, man.
Yeah. If you can do that, that'd be amazing. Like I said, people have asked me about how it's going recently, and it's going well. I'm super happy with where we are with this podcast. It is obviously it's going to be coming up to the festival off season, but I want to keep growing. I don't want to have a lull throughout that bit.
Oh, we always come up with good stuff to talk about, don't we? Like we have too many ideas.
Yeah.
That we go, oh, I'll remember that, and then we fucking don't remember it.
Yeah.
But we all come up with another idea, so we're never going to run out of stuff to talk about on this podcast, like Adam said. So, and we're still all the way back at. We haven't even done download 2006 review yet. Like we're that far behind on downloads. We got albums, we got RIP, we got accessibility, we got my brother coming on, we're going to do so much cool shit. So stick with us, and you'll enjoy what's to come.
Yeah, definitely. And so like you said, tell your friends about us. Come and join us on the social medias. We're Dear Download on everything, or Dear Download Podcast. If you want to reach out to us for anything at all, you can email us as well. We're deardownload@gmail. Oh no, we're not. We're deardownload2003@gmail.com. That's 2003. Anything you want, just speak to us. If you want to give us feedback, what do you think of the show? If you want to correct us, I haven't said that for a little while actually. If you want to correct us about anything, because we know we're going to get stuff wrong.
If we're wrong about stuff
all the time. Yeah,
tell us. Or if there's a subject you want us to talk about, let us know. We'll try and give our view on it.
Yeah. Or if you want to come on the show, because I messaged you today. Was it today or yesterday? Asking if you actually went to Bloodstock, because I didn't see anything from you about Bloodstock, and I was thinking, have you not gone to Bloodstock and not told me? Am I going to be like...
It's because my phone was on airplane mode because I was using it for vlogging. So I was trying to fuck the data. I don't care. I don't have to post photos to say I'm here. I'm here. So I'm just going to use all of my shit for the vlog.
Yeah.
And now I got my bum phone now, innit? So the vlogs will look even better from this point out.
Cool.
Because I don't have an old... it still looked good. It was still, 1080p, decent quality, but the new phone's going to be something else. So the vlogs are only going to get even better from now.
Awesome. You have to learn how to work it. But I was panicking, thinking I'm gonna have to grab Brad and Matt from Nevermind Polly and Chidsvids and just bring them all in and say, look, talk to us about Bloodstock, because Simon didn't go and he didn't tell me about it until 2 days before recording. I was glad to hear when you said you did, but I was also looking forward to having those people on when it was in my mind.
Yeah.
So if we're happy to have people to come on and talk to us, or talk to us, if you want to enlighten us about anything. I don't know.
Or if you just want to come on and tell us how much you hate us, or that's fine. That's fine, Throne. We're good.
We'll take that.
We'll have a debate.
Yeah. Awesome.
A podcast debate.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, let's move on from there then. I think that's everything, isn't it? That's everything we've done for the outro. So it's time for us to say bye-bye. Simon, where can people find you?
People can find me on YouTube as Simon Bond. As I said before, my Bloodstock vlog should be out by the time you guys are listening to this. And if you want to come holler at me on my socials, I'm Fonzie_Simon on Instagram.
Awesome. And check out, like you said earlier, check out Chidsvid's vlog, because I'm looking forward to that one as well now.
Yeah, check out Chidsvid's vlog, because it will be funny. Yeah. And I'm in it.
Awesome. And I know Ready to Moshcast will be doing also doing a Bloodstock review. I'm pretty sure they went. I'm pretty sure they did. So yeah, they'll be doing another review. So if you've liked what you heard here, then go and listen to another one. I don't know who else is going to be doing them. I've been keeping up with other people, other podcasts at the moment. But that is everything. Not just everything, but also this next bit. So that's a goodbye from Simon.
Goodbye.
And a goodbye from me. Goodbye.